I'm gonna show you something beautiful. You're all puppets, tangled in strings. I'm free. There are no strings on me.
How exciting was that Avengers 2 trailer?
Apparently it took your breath away there.
I couldn't even breathe.
I still can't breathe. I'm clinically dead.
It was like a song
You're the
from
Vision.
Berlin.
I have no strings.
Oh, gosh.
We were all very excited about the Avengers trailer, as any comic book fan should be.
Yeah.
I've watched it probably 30 times already.
I watched it once.
That's hardy.
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
I just keep watching it.
I did. I actually only watched it once.
You're a freak.
Yeah. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah. Well, I watched it once and I enjoyed it, and I wanted to savor it before I watched it again.
Okay.
So yeah, clearly people are picking up on the Pinocchio thing, but I think people aren't giving enough credit to how awesome that allegory is, and the fact that we didn't put it into a trailer. It's like it's just, I don't know. That guy is mad clever.
And why Pinocchio?
The string metaphor.
Because he's a puppet.
But why Pinocchio?
Because he's a puppet.
Because Disney, maybe.
All
There
right,
you go.
all right.
Hey, what's
He's
up?
an errand boy.
What?
Go get your shine box.
Sent by grocers.
Anyway, we're very excited about that. And
Yeah,
we thought we'd
so-
lead off with that. And we'll probably be talking about it again shortly. But until
About the
then-
trailer?
Oh,
About the trailer again?
Oh.
the trailer and all.
Every week we're going to be talking
Well,
about the trailer.
Well,
and
there's
the
things
Avengers at
we
the top
need
of
to
the
talk
podcast.
about because some interesting things happen in the trailer.
Well, the thing I'm wondering about is if there's going to be a new and improved trailer for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yes, there will be. We'll get into that.
No, they're going to be showing an exclusive scene. Though.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll add in footage. Let's get into that.
all
But
right.
first, let's get into this.
This is one for the fans. I'm Justin Peterson. With me, as always, is LTG and Justin Lane.
Hi,
We're sitting here
the guest who
ready
wouldn't
to
leave.
talk about this week in comic books, TV, movies, nerddom.
Yeah. Might even have to bring up my anger with LTG for his argument with me earlier today over the
Anger?
newest rules set for
For-
America's favorite tabletop gaming experience, but maybe we won't get into that either. I don't know.
Not enough time.
Fifth edition? Is
Yeah,
that
he
what we're
misses
talking
he misses Thaco.
Oh
for
my
Christ's
God.
sake.
I didn't say I missed it. I thought it was cool.
I liked Thaco.
I did. It's fun.
about? You and
The T in LTG stands for
UNM cool.
Thaco.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
That's a whole different thing.
So anyway,
Anyway.
But yeah, let's talk about the Avengers trailer briefly.
All
Thoughts and stuff. I mean, we're not gonna spend a lot of time on this. It's a trailer.
Sorry.
There's not a lot going on there. But
Let's revisit it later.
you want to talk about it now or later?
Later. Let's at the
Justin,
end, the bonus
you,
round.
You control the pace. What do you
later.
want?
Let's talk about
Okay.
it later.
Later. Okay. So, will you guys want to talk about the shows this week?
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna say something.
Yeah?
Really quick. Can we start with Gotham?
that was the
Sure.
train.
Because let's start with Gotham because then we'll move through the DC
No one
stuff.
knows what you're talking about.
We'll the P Train. That's
That's-
Justin
that's a
Peterson's
that's one of my
old
nicknames,
nickname.
yeah.
But of course LTG is also known as
Terrible
Chipper.
name.
That's not true.
It's Chipper.
CTG.
Yeah, CTG.
No knows that.
Chipper Thaco Girardi. Anyway, no, I figure if we start with Gotham, then we'll go through DC, and then we'll go to Marvel, and then we'll be at the trailer.
So-
but Gotham, I got to tell you guys, it's weird because I kind of find myself watching it, even though I hate it.
Yeah. It's like The Walking Dead. kind of
Yeah.
thing,
Well, no,
Well,
that I have no
yeah.
problem falling asleep watching, but Gotham still annoys me, but there are things about it that have improved.
It's finding its legs.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely stumbled along the way, but
Well, do you know why I think this week was stronger? No Barbara Gordon.
Yeah, hey, might be onto something.
Yeah, he only says her name once.
Yeah. And also, it sounds nice that you're in the other room, but you want to talk into a mic? There you go.
Stop. No.
He likes to whistle it. No, I mean, what did you guys think? I couldn't believe when I saw the little vial. I was like, oh no,
Yeah.
are they really going to do Venom?
Yeah, I was unclear on why their bodies caved in like paper.
Oh, the whole
After-
calcium thing.
Yeah,
Brittle bone disease.
yeah.
They turn into Glass Man from Unbreakable, or Steve Nash. But sorry, that a lot of you may not know that was a
Greg
sports
Oden.
reference. I thought that was a little weird
It was definitely weird.
because in the comic books,
And
now,
the
correct me
effect
if
on
I'm-
it didn't really look that great.
Yeah,
either.
no, it didn't. It was kind of like they were going for shock value.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. The only after effects were that you ended up kind of weaker than you were
Yeah, I
before
think
you
that's
took
what
it in the
they were
comics, right?
taking that a little further, I guess.
Yeah,
Whatever.
kinda
I don't
odd.
know. I didn't really mind. I thought they dealt with it all right. I knew it was going to be Venom, but it we were talking earlier, and it's like I don't even know in the comics if they've ever actually explicitly gone into where Venom.
To not be confusing to
You know, I'm not sure
newcomers, let's not confuse Venom.
Oh,
with
we're not
the
talking about-
character
we're not talking
Venom
about
from
Eddie
Marvel.
Brock.
Or yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
What is Venom for the people who may not know
Well,
what we're
it's-
talking about?
It's a drug that heightens one's physical prowess.
Okay.
It's the
They become unto an Olympian. No, they get super strong.
yeah, basically they Hulk out.
Yeah.
It's what Bane uses in the comic books.
Yeah, it's really it's the Bane.
Yeah, it's
drug.
the Bane drug.
Yeah.
But
as really well illustrated by the movie with George Clooney. Was that the
No.
the Bane one?
No.
Which was the Bane
That was
one?
the Tom Hardy one.
Gravity.
No. You know, they had Bane in the one with Poison Ivy. Remember?
Oh yeah,
Did?
Batman Robin.
Oh,
Yeah,
God, that was-
Poison,
Did?
he
I
was,
didn't even
he was
remember.
Poison Ivy's like henchman.
Yeah.
He was like a lummox, and he
And-
didn't even say anything.
And
about
when
it.
he got the drug taken away, he shriveled up into like a little old man.
Aw.
Yeah, like Gateway. It was not. I didn't dig it. But everything else about that movie was pure gold.
Let's also touch upon very briefly that tomorrow's episode of Gotham, Monday,
The next episode, right?
is written by Ben Edlund.
Yes, which
who
is awesome.
Is probably the only real comic writer I think that's on that staff. He's the creator of The Tick.
Yes.
which was awesome.
Yeah.
He wrote for Angel. He wrote for Supernatural. For a lot of
Directed an episode
seasons.
of Angel as
Yeah.
well. The puppet
Smile
Time,
which is
yeah.
one of the better episodes
Yeah.
of that show.
Great episode.
And yeah, so I've seen his name in the credits as a producer, and I was waiting for him to be credited an episode. So if this week's
Isn't it like a
episode-
Halloween episode?
Yeah, I think it is.
And I think it's going to be
It
kind
looks-
of funny.
yeah,
and
probably.
that would be right in Edlund's
Yeah.
wheelhouse.
It looks
which-
creepy in the trailer
Yeah.
too.
I can't even
Which
remember.
is a perfect segue too. I was struck when watching Constantine about how similar a lot of the stuff is to Supernatural, which Ben Edlund
Right.
was a writer for as
Sure.
well. And it's not anything that Constantine can do about that, but there's certain things that like the seals and the sigils.
Well,
and the salts.
it's a genre
Yeah.
thing, and it's also zeitgeist kind of
Yeah.
stuff, you know.
And Supernatural took that from the Constantine comic
Right,
books.
and Constantine took all of that from H.P. Lovecraft. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's
just
all
art
yeah.
imitating art.
Yeah,
imitating
and
art.
there's no way around that. I know I said I wasn't going to talk about Constantine, but I liked it.
I liked it too.
It was all right. But back to Gotham. I liked there's a bit more camaraderie between Bullock and
Gordon.
Gordon, which I like.
I still think we need to get a Bullock-centric episode. here
Absolutely, absolutely.
soon. He's kind of floating out there in,
Don't care about what Fish Mooney's up to with this chick.
no,
Don't
it,
really
It
care.
doesn't seem important at all. I mean, I guess it is kind of important in whatever the grand scheme they have going on there, but I don't care about that character, and I don't.
But as usual, my favorite stuff Oswald Cobblepot.
Yep,
Yeah.
he's killing it.
Yeah, he's great.
She's this female character in Fish Mooney sequence is interesting. Kind of like how that annoying fly is in your room and it's just the one fly, and you don't care about the fly in your room, but how the hell the fly got in your room? And
Well,
that's
for you, it's
kind
probably
of-
a hygiene issue.
right.
Right.
But it's the same thing for this sequence. Is it's like not who she is, but why? Why is she here? Why
Yeah.
are they making this such a big deal?
Yeah, I'm not.
Unless she's going to be a major player.
Well, obviously, Fish knows something about Falcone's mom and the whole story,
opera
and yeah,
thing and,
you know, I don't know. I don't know.
Achilles heel.
I don't know.
But does Falcone know that?
I would love if
Yeah, I
Falcone
would
is
love
just
if Falcone
playing
is-
Fish the
yeah.
whole time. But you know what?
Above it all.
We're not going to get our wishes.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it doesn't.
Just,
I
you
don't
know, have Cobblepot be the one that undoes Fish Mooney. Please have it be Cobblepot and have, you know, he owes her one in a big way. So
I saw something on the internet, and maybe we can bring some light to it.
Oh boy.
There was a fan who had a theory that Cobblepot was actually the Joker. Let's squash
well, that's
that.
really ridiculous.
Well, let's
No.
squash it right now. Let's say why that can't be.
Well, how about this? The name of the Penguin
Is
in
Oswald Cobblepot.
in the DC universe is Oswald Cobblepot,
He is
and they've referred to him as Penguin.
as Penguin over and over and over again.
And if they are introducing the Joker before Batman, they can go straight to hell,
Okay.
in my opinion.
Yes. Well, Batman has to. Well, not necessarily, but most of the origins, Batman creates the Joker.
Yeah, yeah.
So the Joker doesn't.
Well, Batman creates all the costume criminality in Gotham. You know, if that's
Yeah.
really.
Well, some
Well,
people.
except for Cobblepot.
There were
for
elements-
instance, who was already.
But he's not a costume.
No, he's
character.
an
It's
organized crime.
Yeah, I
boss.
mean, yeah, it's a
There were
different.
elements supporting that he really hasn't favored birds or likes fish so far, so they thought.
What
that
are you
maybe-
talking
What are you
Not like
talking
fish.
about? He's eating tuna fish sandwiches in like every episode.
Well, it's not
Yeah.
what I'm talking about.
Oh,
It's what-
well, this person is wrong.
He digging on
blatantly
fish.
Wrong. I see what he's saying. Maybe that
but it seems a bit
in the
absurd.
characterization
And what he's saying
of
is,
Penguin,
I am wrong.
in the characterization of the Penguin, he seems to take
Well,
a little bit of Joker's flair.
Yeah,
There's
and
a little
he's also
homage to
he's also
that
got the
crazy
completely
off-kilter.
unpredictable, sort of not trustworthy.
But that doesn't mean that therefore he's the Joker.
No.
He's the Penguin.
Yeah,
It's
he's
pretty-
the
it's pretty
Penguin, and the
blatantly
Penguin's a
obvious.
great character, by the way. I've
Yes.
always felt like the Penguin kind of gets pushed aside in the
He
comic
was
books.
great in the. Did you ever play the Arkham games?
I played the first Arkham game,
Yeah,
Arkham Asylum.
yeah. He's
And-
great. He's great in those.
But yeah, no, I don't think it's the Joker.
No, definitely.
Now watch will be wrong, and they'll do
Just
something
huge
stupid.
reversal. No, but what they're doing with we talked about this earlier. I don't think we like expounded upon it, but they're playing a little game with the chaos element of the Joker's origin.
Mm-hmm.
That they're slowly introducing characters who could potentially become the Joker in various different origins.
So we could see.
So that
Red
comedian,
Hood, maybe,
that
at
comedian
some
in the
point?
pilot, yeah, and yeah, we might see.
But that would
various
require, if it's Red Hood, that would require an older.
Not
Bruce
necessarily.
Wayne,
Not
wouldn't it?
necessarily.
Because I thought the whole point of
The
Red
whole
Hood
point of
became Joker after.
the whole point of this game is that it's a red herring. Anyways, it doesn't matter. It's just
Yeah,
it's the writers. With you.
Yeah.
Oops, sorry.
Oh my
Whoop,
goodness. Yeah, I have the ability.
Spoiler alert! If you're a child.
Messing.
Yeah,
Messing. It's
now
the writers messing.
just
with
curse. I'll
us.
beep it out. No, the thing is, the best scene I thought in the episode was, believe it or not, because I don't like the Bruce Wayne stuff, but I thought the best scene in the episode was Alfred.
Yes.
All of a sudden,
Yeah, I
it
was
was
gonna
like,
say
I'm
that.
going to do this with you. That
Yeah.
and it was
Oh,
subtle.
it's so subtle.
It's
Yeah.
finally some
Yeah.
subtle writing in
Yeah.
that show, and you know, I
Yeah, maybe we're turning the corner here. with
yeah,
this show.
maybe it's finding its legs, but
And its legs are Batman, and that's just how it's going to end up.
I
Listen,
don't know.
It's never going to
Bat-
be Batman, though. You
But,
do realize
but
that.
no, maybe the show doesn't want to be, but people are wanting that
Yes,
to be.
But that's what you always say too, that it's not Gotham. It most definitely is Gotham.
It is.
It's just it's Gotham before Batman.
Right.
Right.
But let's look at it for a second because, you know, as we're well aware, Batman is not only the iconic character of DC. He's one of the most iconic characters in comics.
Yes.
In literature.
I would say
In
probably the
literature.
most iconic.
So the
wouldn't say
majority
like
of
Superman.
people,
Yeah. Well, maybe
Yeah.
not. But I mean, to today's audience,
Right.
definitely.
especially with all the success with the Nolan films.
Yeah.
And
Well, with the kids,
revitalization.
whatnot, and the gothiness and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But when we look at this
He's the
series
hero.
from the ground up in the beginning, it starts
He's
with
not
the
the hero
Wayne
we need,
murders,
but he's the
and
hero we deserve.
it is the focus of the show going forward, and it's going to continue to foster a young Bruce Wayne all the way throughout the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
And
that,
that-
hopefully when that kid is 18 or whatever, and
Right.
you know the 6th or
Do you
And
think
just
this
like-
show's got those kind of legs?
I don't know, but I mean,
Batman's
Smallville
supposed to become Batman at
was
28.
Smallville was on TV for what 10 seasons?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, there's
it's
always the
Supernatural
danger-
too.
You gotta
10
remember,
seasons
there's
right
also
now.
the danger though with child actors. He could end up being very stunted and ugly.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, he could go
They'll
Haley
change
Joel.
up.
Osment.
He could
Game
look,
of Thrones
he could look
changed
nothing
up,
like Bruce
actors,
Wayne.
Actors. So.
Yeah.
No, but I agree. That was my favorite part. Was the whole when
Yeah,
Alfred finally was
I
like,
completely
"Okay,
agree.
you know what? You're
Yeah.
onto something amazing."
And it was sold by the performance.
Yeah.
With Sean Pertwee. There.
Yeah.
And then I loved it. It was great when the moment when Bruce looked up at him and like smiled and like,
Yeah.
"All right, you know."
No, that was good stuff. That was good stuff. It takes away the danger of, is he going to train Bruce to be Batman? No. Batman's going to train Alfred to be Alfred,
Yeah.
which I like that. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
You know, I still think we're going to see in this first season a scene where Alfred like houses somebody.
No.
Like they've got an actor who obviously
Oh, yeah.
is going to throw down.
And he's playing the like more soldier,
The RAF
like
Alfred, yeah.
the,
As opposed to,
kind of the
sir,
modern,
what
the
would you-"
modern interpretation
Yeah.
of Alfred. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
We'll
like
see.
that. I like that. So I got to say, still my least favorite of all the shows, but
I would
it's
agree.
growing on me.
Yes.
Now that Barbara Gordon's gone, I can. Well, she's going
And
to
I
be
think
back. But,
the rest of the shows are just so strong too. Like I don't know what was my favorite show this week. I think
I
it's
do.
I think it's between Constantine and Arrow this week.
What? Ooh, this is gonna be an interesting podcast.
yeah, because I'm
Interesting?
Interesting.
Interesting.
I know what my favorite was, and I know it's not the same as yours.
Right, we're all different
But,
this week.
Yeah,
That's
so
very interesting.
so-
well, let's
so-
keep going in order like
well,
we have been doing, and
since
then
we're-
we'll talk about our
let's
personal
talk about
orders.
Constantine because Arrow and Flash are in the same universe.
Yeah,
let's talk
okay.
about
so let's
Constantine. First of all, I mentioned it to you earlier, and LTG yelled at me for
I
mentioning
didn't. I
something
don't believe I
outside of
ever
the
yelled,
cast.
but okay.
He shouted and I cried. But if for those of you out there who watched Constantine, if you picked up Dr.
I yell at
Fate's
you?
helmet,
Oh yeah, you
Made
would be
me
possessed by
yeah.
Naboo.
but it was so cool that it was in there.
Oh yeah, and it looked great.
It looked great.
Explain
and,
a little bit
And
for
what did he
people
say?
who are
Put that
coming
down
into
before I
this.
put you down,
Yeah,
or something
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Explain a little bit.
Well, Dr.
This-
Fate is a character from the DC universe who is one of the mystical superheroes.
he kind of possesses
Mystical cape.
humans, too,
Let's-
yeah.
yeah. And the helmet
Is-
contains the spirit.
of this
Yeah.
ancient entity.
Yeah, it's actually it's got echoes of what? Dare I say, Mark Spector, Moon Knight. No, it doesn't really,
Not
but I
really,
wish it did. Anyway,
I always saw Dr. Fate as like the DC version of Doctor Strange, kind of.
yeah, no, that's really what he
Okay.
is. Yeah, but so they had that in there. They had that little Easter egg in there, which I thought was sweet because a lot of people aren't aware of the fact that Constantine, even though it's a Vertigo mostly comic, that even during
He
the
was
Vertigo
the one
year-
Vertigo character.
that yeah, and that was aware of all the universes. He was aware of Crisis on Infinite Earths. He was aware of every life and
or
death.
like, did you get the little thing with the roaches?
Yeah.
Too, how he followed the roaches.
Yeah.
Is that their little way of?
I think it
showing
might
how
be.
He's riding that wave.
yeah, the synchronicity
Yeah,
wave.
yeah.
Yeah, very very cool.
Very
stuff.
subtle, but-
and of course, it's called the synchronicity wave because Constantine was based on Sting, which a lot of people don't
I did
realize.
not know that.
Oh yeah, he was based on
That's
Sting.
cool.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
the WCW wrestler or
Yes. No, Sting,
Oh,
of
all
course.
right.
Gordon.
Gordon Sumner Geek. Back when Sting was cool. But anyway, yeah. So
And isn't Lucifer based on David Bowie? I believe?
probably, yeah, that makes sense actually. But my issue, when I looked away and I pulled a Lawrence, an CTG. Sorry. My big issue with it was, didn't you feel and this is the thing I didn't say earlier that I held on to, that the sort of the demon of the week kind of thing that I feel like they're going to doing, did it remind you of Charmed a little bit?
Well,
like
yeah,
that show.
but it more reminded me of Supernatural. than
Okay,
anything.
I'm not as familiar with Supernatural. I hate to say this as I am with Charmed, which is
But isn't
really a
Supernatural
suspect
like
statement.
Supernatural?
We watched plenty.
I mean, isn't
me and
Supernatural
LTG
like
watched
Charmed?
plenty of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they're all the same. They're all the same,
But I mean
except for Buffy, which
but
is
it was
awesome.
but Buffy's incredible. But no,
Sorry.
I just you haven't watched Buffy, have you?
Yeah, he doesn't.
No, I don't.
Yeah, well, weird.
Oh boy. Anyway,
I'm not a Galar
but it
fan.
felt a little.
That's your deal. That's your thing.
I don't think anyone who's a fan of Buffy is.
Okay.
No, I think it felt a little Charmed to me. It felt a little bit like, oh, he's the electricity demon.
Yeah,
And I'm
that
gonna
was
use-
that was weak. Too.
Yeah,
I didn't like.
Yeah,
that.
I didn't dig on
I
that.
what I thought is that we were talking about this earlier too. I thought that just in general the show seemed too light, and I mean that in terms of like it was too bright. Like a lot of scenes were happening in the daytime, and for no real specific purpose other than probably that it was cheaper to shoot.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think you're sorry, my chair moved.
And then also, like Matt Ryan, who plays Constantine, he's great. He's
He's not the quarterback of the Falcons.
no, not Matty Ice, no,
Okay.
but the other one, the one who plays Constantine in this show we're talking.
Vanilla Ice.
Yeah,
No, not right.
Ditch the zero,
there
come
was-
be with the hero.
there was something a little bit too chipper about his.
Also, his
performance.
accent's way off. I'm not to
Oh,
be
yeah.
a stickler, but as
Yeah.
John Constantine's one of my favorite comic book characters. Okay, hands down, one of my favorite comic book characters. And it's not really John Constantine yet.
Yeah, he could grow it, but yeah, it's just.
But I was impressed that it's Nergal and
There-
all that.
There is a certain amount of snark in Constantine, even in the comics
Mm-hmm.
too, but it's weighed down by like a kind of begrudging, like
Oh.
One of the best. I know what you're saying. It's like, well, I'm along for the ride. I'm
Yeah.
going to do the right thing, but gosh, you guys are really taking the piss out of me that I have to deal with this.
and I'm
He's-
going
he's-
to like make fun of you.
Yeah. Oh,
to,
always.
to like make it fun for me.
Which is why the last line he had, which was "Pick up the tab, you bastards
Yeah.
are going to owe me." That was a good line.
yeah, it's there. You can see it in there.
Yeah.
It's
It just needs to come out a little bit more. It'll come.
Yeah,
It'll come.
yeah.
But the other thing is, I think the best comic book representation of Constantine was in what was it called? Books of Magic.
oh yeah,
Timothy Hunter.
yeah.
Okay, so
was
there's
a
a
great story.
moment where Timothy Hunter has been brought by, I think, Zatanna to a big party, and like it's like a supernatural who's who, right?
Oh
of
yeah, I
demons.
remember that.
And they're all like, "Oh, that's the kid," and they're all converging on him. And Constantine walks in, and they're all like, "Oh my god!" And they're terrified of him. And Zatanna's like, "I don't understand it. You're not even a very good magician." And he's just like, "I have a reputation." That's the thing
That's
about Constantine,
Constantine.
is he will F you up just because he's riding the synchronicity wave,
Yeah.
So I think that's very, very cool. I think they got some of that right.
Yeah.
It
Again,
was
it's
very
a
evident that
pilot.
heaven needs him, which
Yeah.
I thought was cool.
And again, it's a pilot.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that. The pilot isn't indicative of what the show is going to be. It's usually filmed like in advance
Right.
of the actual,
Now-
regular episodes and everything.
Now, well, let me ask you this though,
And I don't think Lucy Griffiths is even going to be a
No.
main cast,
No.
which I'm actually in favor of, because I don't think we need to retread the
right,
the same kind of character that Rachel Weisz played
right in the Keanu Reeves
movie.
Keanu Stein. The question I have for you is this. Now, like I said, John Constantine, one of my favorite characters.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really recall from the comic books him being damned to hell a plot point.
No, I think that came about in
The movie, and they've carried it over into the
Yeah.
show.
He's damned by both, I guess, too.
Yeah.
That was what they did in the movie, anyway.
No. Hell wanted him very badly
Oh, okay.
in the movie. the idea was that he was damned to hell in the movie because he had tried to commit suicide. He
Yeah.
had actually been dead, so it officially damned him to hell. So I don't know. I just don't remember that being a big thing. I think that's going to get old really quick.
Yeah.
Don't forget, you're damned to hell. You mean I'm not? You mean I am? I'm. Anyway, but for the most part, I liked
It's
it.
an interesting little wrinkle too, since I was talking about Supernatural so much. There's a character on Supernatural who's like he's like the main angel that appears on the show, and his name
Right.
is Castiel.
Mm-hmm.
His look is actually modeled after John Constantine.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so it's just funny how
Interesting.
these things are like cyclical.
Mm-hmm. It is. It's what's the matter?
Oh, and you might be able to answer this. I was wondering who's the artist chick at the end.
Yeah, I wanted to bring that up. I
Yeah.
thought that was very cool. I don't
don't-
recognize it
yeah,
from any of the
I
comic
don't- I
book
didn't
stories,
either.
but I thought it was cool that they had actual covers there.
Yeah, that was great.
I think that's probably all it was.
No,
No,
that
that's-
she's coming
that's
back.
something that has to
She's
be-
somebody.
Stop
Dude, you have
slapping
to
your-
stop smacking your mic.
Well, there's a little.
Yeah, don't.
Well,
just
you know what?
deal
Eat
with
the
it.
gnat like you normally
No,
do.
I wouldn't.
Just keep
Get it out.
keep smacking your mic. Then.
Yeah.
I was hitting the boom.
Okay, that's the.
But
pop
no,
filter.
that's definitely something that's going to come back. You wouldn't drop that at the end of an episode,
unless they're
like,
going to
shoot
have
it
that
from
on
the back.
every episode, like Sit Ubu Sit, which
Good-
I don't
good
think they're going to.
That's after.
No, she's coming back for sure.
Yeah.
I'm.
Good night, Mr. Walters.
I like the just some creepy parts, like the girl who was like crashed through the front of the car
Her-
window and
her
was
neighbor?
just like
Yeah.
breathing heavily on the car hood.
Yeah.
She was
Yeah, that was
really
creepy.
disturbing.
Yeah, for NBC, I
Yeah.
thought they pushed some limits. I thought that was cool. I'd like some more.
I would like more of that.
Yeah, I would too.
And the Nana that was like
Yeah.
combing her hair and then just like her eyes and mouth melted. That
Yeah.
was pretty disturbing.
I think they could do better than the name Furcifer.
Yeah. Is that
but-
just a like typo for
Yeah.
Lucifer?
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
I was saying. Like somebody like
Maybe
the
they're all
the
maybe
ink
they're,
smudged.
maybe they're doing like Huey, Dewey, and Louie, and the entire inner circle is going to be like
Furcifer, Blurcifer, and
Yeah,
Blurcifer.
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Benefit.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. That'd be great.
Oh boy, I'd kill to see him kill that demon. That'd be great.
Two-headed Ben Affleck.
Speaking of
Superman.
Batman, anyway.
Oh wait, no.
Oh,
Just another podcast.
what?
That's another podcast.
Oh,
Oh,
okay,
yeah,
yeah.
we'll do that later.
By the way, I have some non-Marvel or DC news tonight. But anyway, go ahead.
Oh, one more thing about Constantine too. In that scene we're talking with the Dr. Fate helmet too, I also noticed. I'm sure, and you guys, if you noticed other artifacts that were, in
I didn't
that
notice
room.
the one you're about to bring
But
up.
yeah, I saw a little purple crystal in a jar in the foreground when they did the like wide shot of that guy's office or whatever, and it's probably an Eclipso crystal.
Yeah, shard.
Yeah. Shard of it.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
He's a big time villain in the DC universe who can possess different people by them touching those purple shards.
Oh.
Yeah. Big crossover villain.
Yeah,
he's that kind
he's
of villain.
magical based too.
Yeah. Not quite dark side, but he's a big crossover villain in the DC universe.
And because you never know who Eclipso could be,
Right.
he can possess.
it could be
Anyway.
Chaz.
Seems to fit.
Could be Vibe.
Chaz is American now in
Yeah.
Constantine.
But again, at least he's not Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
Which is a plus.
Well, the cool thing about having Shia LaBeouf is Shia LaBeouf would have actually, apparently, from what we've been hearing lately, he would have actually run himself through with a heavy gauge steel cable for the authenticity of the role. I don't know if you guys heard about him cutting up his own face.
He's method now. Yeah.
Nut. What a nut.
No, I don't know.
But no, Constantine, better than I wanted it to be.
I'm just glad it was. I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it was.
Yeah. But the numbers were really bad. I don't know if you're aware of that.
Oh, that's the other thing too.
Numbers were horrible.
I
Like
kind of
Dracula bad.
thought that show would probably be the one that didn't succeed.
Yeah, the numbers were really, really tremendous.
Especially during the time of the season, you'd think more people would tune in.
It has a good lead-in too. Like Grimm, it would seem
Is Grimm a successful show? I've never seen it.
it's been on for 3 seasons. So
Okay.
Anyway,
So is 2.5 Men. I've never seen that.
it's been on much longer.
Yeah, that's true. So
There's not even
Or Dharma
a
and
half
Greg.
man anymore. It's still on, right? That's still on.
Dharma and Greg.
that's horrible.
They're still performing it down at the Celebrity Center.
What? No.
Oh boy, we just got sued from
I
that
know,
comment.
no.
Sorry.
Been blacklisted.
Yeah. Whoops. By of course, the rabid fan base of Dharma and Greg.
Sure.
Greg with 2 G's. Well, 3 technically. Okay, so anyway, so that was Constantine. Lawrence, you didn't say much. What did you think?
I loved it. It was great.
Okay.
Really,
No, I
really
mean,
insightful
like
commentary.
like I
as
said,
always.
That's like a Gene Shalit review,
I was-
dude.
I was-
it was great.
I was
I
kind
thought
of-
it was fantastic.
telling you earlier that
I'm gonna go rowboating with Burt Reynolds.
I kind of go into it like I did Arrow. I don't know much about it. I've read a handful of
To be fair,
Constantine
I don't
comics.
really know that much about.
And for
Constantine
me, it was
either.
great. It was great seeing the Dr. Fate. Was it?
Yeah, the helmet. Yeah.
That was cool.
Well, the thing is,
I didn't know it was Dr. Fate's helmet, but when I saw him pull it, I said, "That's got to be something."
Yeah.
It looks very iconic.
sadly,
I knew
though,
it. I knew it
doubt
before I
they'll-
even picked it up.
Sadly,
I
I
was
don't
like,
think they'll ever do anything with it.
No, I don't think so either. Maybe though. I mean, you got,
But this whole run of DC shows have been pretty surprising with what they've been introducing.
Dr. Fate appeared on Smallville.
The
as
fact
well.
that they even have the helmet is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well,
That they're
they
adding.
didn't have to borrow it from the real Dr. Fate. It's a prop.
You know,
I don't understand what you mean.
Wait,
But you know what I mean.
that kind of takes a little bit of the air out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of lessen it.
No, because the real Dr. Fate wears a beret. Anyway,
It doesn't.
so Constantine. Okay, so thumbs up all around.
Thumbs up.
For me,
Yeah. Okay.
I thought it was I thought Arrow.
Also
this
'cause of
week,
the
I thought
season.
Arrow's episode was strong.
Okay,
as
we're
well.
going to go into that. Okay.
Yeah, let's talk about Arrow. Corto Maltese. By the way, which
Arrow was my second favorite show of the week.
Corto Maltese first appeared in anyone?
Batman.
Yes.
Well,
Frank-
once again,
I
they're
guess
Frank
that's a little
Miller's
bit-
The Dark Knight.
once again they're co-opting
yeah.
Batman.
Well,
yeah.
okay, but
Which is good.
But in the cinematic universe, it showed up in Tim Burton's Batman.
Yes.
When Bruce Wayne said,
Yes.
"That's kind of a bit lighter than a quarter
But
Maltese."
that was also a reference to the Frank Miller comic.
which is awesome.
Yeah.
And I loved how they led with that, and that
Yeah.
was exciting for me. That they started with Corto Maltese.
Corto Maltese.
That was a cool.
They
title.
mentioned Corto Maltese
It's so
on
funny.
Arrow several seasons ago as well.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I thought it was. They meant.
It also appeared in the Justice League cartoon.
Oh
if
yeah,
I remember correctly.
yeah.
Which
They
one?
did.
I forget.
I don't know if we
I
have
don't
the
know. Maybe it did.
identification
I
of the.
don't know.
actual
Oh, was it
cartoon.
the one where
But I remember that.
Ares uses the Ares is trying to foment the
Yeah,
war between?
yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
think
think you're
it
right.
is,
Yeah,
yeah.
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 I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe it was.
Maybe it wasn't, but it doesn't matter because it was a cool episode and
It was.
Please.
and I liked it.
You know what it did?
Diggle's
for me?
my favorite character on that show, hands down.
You know what this episode did for me? It made me actually like Thea.
Yeah,
I think they went for that.
Yeah,
If-
but
if-
but they achieved.
I liked her
with-
wardrobe stylist
They
a lot.
achieved with Thea in one episode what is going to take forever to do with Laurel.
yeah. Well, you know what? There is a new Barbara Gordon in town, and her name is
Is
Laurel
Laurel
Lance.
Ow.
Oh, poor
Dear
Laurel.
God, help us.
Just the Achilles heel of that show.
Yeah. Well, hopefully.
Nothing against Katie Cassidy either. She's
Fine young lady.
Yeah. No, I just.
there's really nothing.
They killed the wrong sister. That's all I gotta say.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, I know we all knew. Those of us who, what is going on?
The flies are just flocking to him.
I'm
for
like
some
Pigpen.
You know
reason.
why? Because he just exudes filth.
It's true.
No, we all knew. Anyone who's a fan of the DC universe, if you're a fan, you know that Laurel Lance is
Black Canary.
Black Canary, and
Oliver Queen's
Right.
main love interest
Right.
in the comics.
So you always knew that was going to happen. The sister was
Yeah.
Canary. Now it's going to be Black Canary.
Yeah.
And she went to Wildcat Gym.
Yeah, that was cool. I
That
love
was
Ted
cool.
Grant.
That was cool.
Ted Grant is a lot older in the comics than.
But
the guy
how?
playing
Yeah,
him in-
yeah.
in
But
the-
Well,
how
this looks like a
clumsy-
beginning for a lot of people.
But
though,
seriously,
so
how
maybe it's his
clumsy?
beginning.
How clumsy was that dialogue?
oh, it was bad.
With
It's a young Arrow.
With people with a lot of anger, like you got. I see it in you.
Yeah.
And boy, this is like
Man.
we wanted to rush through this
Yeah.
as fast as possible.
Very insightful.
I kind of was just like, oh no. But no, it was.
Did you know? I think Ted Grant actually appeared in a couple episodes ago too. There was a
Really?
There was something that was. It might have been on Flash too. There was some. I remember seeing like he was in a big fight. Maybe it was on Flash. I don't remember, but yeah, I vaguely remember this happening.
What
this
are you
season.
doing?
doing anything. Anyway,
Blowing into your mic
I don't
like
remember.
a child.
Mm.
No, I think
I'll look
what
that
you're
up.
talking about actually sounds familiar.
Yeah, it was like he didn't have any lines or anything, but he was in the ring.
There was a
fighting
shot of
some
a
guy.
fight or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who
I
are we
think-
talking
And I
about?
saw on the banners.
Who's Ted Grant?
Wildcat.
People who don't know.
Oh, he's that boxer who owns that gym. In even in the comics, that's kind of his role.
He's a boxer.
Ted
Okay.
Grant was also a member of the Justice Society of America,
Right.
the precursor to the Justice League,
Okay.
which was Golden Age heroes.
The JSA.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they are, therefore, in modern day comics, usually older than
Right. Okay.
the modern age heroes.
Yeah. I thought it was very
He's
cool.
like more of a mentor and a father figure, as opposed to a potential like romantic interest.
Right.
Well, do you know one of the things I really liked about the episode, I think, was
Hmm.
there was no villain of the week.
No, even Malcolm Merlin seemed like a
I
pretty
actually
good
I
guy.
kind of like Malcolm
Yeah.
Merlin now.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that moment where he was knocking the arrow,
Yeah.
waiting for Ollie to come through, and then when he
Yeah.
did, it's like, yeah. And I love John Perriman too.
Yeah, of course.
He,
We have fondness for him
he's always
from
good.
Doctor
Torchwood.
Who and
Yeah.
Torchwood. So,
Yeah.
but I thought it was great. I like Thea now.
Me too.
Um,
And in one episode too. And I think that little moment at the end where the hot coffee spills on
Yeah,
her.
yeah,
and
very cool.
Ollie clocks it.
Mhm.
That was just a brilliant shorthand for the
But
transformation of that.
I was very happy that it was a Diggle heavy episode. I like
Mm-hmm.
the John Diggle character, which is interesting because he's the Coulson of the DC universe and that he's an
Yeah.
original character.
I never actually thought about that. That's a good
Yeah,
point.
he's a great character. I did think it was weird that Manhunter
Yeah.
Shaw.
Yeah.
They introduced a character. I don't know if you're aware of that, Lawrence,
Yeah.
but
No.
LTG, the character of Mark Shaw is
one of the many different versions of
many
Manhunter.
iterations of Manhunter.
Kate Spencer Manhunter
Yeah.
appeared last season.
Yeah,
I believe,
so-
too. But she died. She done died.
She died. Yeah, I thought it was weird that he was so crooked.
Yeah.
But then again, it was really more about the horror of Waller, which is what
Yes.
I think that this season's
You
really
said
going to
that.
be about.
At the beginning of the season. Yeah.
Hmm. So they're setting that up. Weird that there was no flashback.
But there was. It was just an out of.
There's some
it
Thea
was, It was the
flashbacks.
Thea. It was
Right,
the Thea Malcolm
right,
flashbacks. It
Right.
was like a flash sideways from Lost.
Oh boy. But Roy ambivalent about Diggle, love him. I think what I'm seeing happening here too is
So-
they're trying to. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say when you brought up Roy, I was.
You look tired.
No, is Thea going to be Speedy, and then Roy is Arsenal?
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Since she already had, I don't know. Again,
I don't know
for-
because I think the "you look tired" thing.
Oh.
I think that's a drug thing that hasn't been explored
Well,
yet.
I thought the drug,
The Mirakuro.
the Mirakuru was their way of doing.
I don't know.
Roy Harper in the comics there was a famous arc where he was addicted to heroin. Was it?
Jeez.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like Oliver had to, like, fight for him, and
Hal
get him
Jordan
off-
had
get
to
him
be
off the
like, "Your
smack."
sidekick's on drugs."
Yeah, that was great. That was the cover.
Yeah.
yeah.
But I think what
so
they
Roy
might-
Harper has always had.
I have a
torture.
suspicion if they do a drug thing with Roy, it's going to be because of having been on the Mirakuro.
Yeah, yeah.
He
That would
is
make
going to be juicing. Because think how timely that is. And that's going to be how they're going to handle the drug
PD.
thing. Yeah. Yeah, but I thought it was a pretty good episode.
Yeah.
It was my second favorite episode of all the shows this week. And it was just a filler background.
Isn't this great that like all of these shows that are on right now are like jockeying for
Yeah,
position each
yes.
week in terms of
And the
like,
return of the
except for
league.
Gotham, which consistently kind of brings up the
it's
rear.
bringing up the rear, but it's
But,
it's closing on
And the return of the League of Assassins.
yes.
Mhm. Oh, I love that.
What's her name?
Nissa?
Nissa.
That's right. The other daughter of Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah.
I like her. She's probably one of my favorite.
But she didn't have that cool cloak thing.
Yeah, she didn't tumble
She's
down
keeping
off
it.
the
She's
scarf.
keeping it real
Yeah,
now.
I wanted her to do the
So
gymnastics floor display ribbon thing.
What's her reaction going to be when she finds out Sarah's dead?
Probably
She's
sad
gonna, well,
and,
judging
like,
from
revenge.
the preview,
Yeah,
they think it was
Malcolm Merlin, which
So-
it wasn't.
No, he's been
Clearly,
framed.
yeah. He was in Cordo Maltese the
Yeah.
whole time.
So we get an ally. We get another.
I think what's going to happen. I think you're going to have a team up of Merlin and
Nissa.
Arrow.
Oh yeah.
I think he's going to have to protect Merlin. He's going to decide not to kill him. The other thing is, I'm starting to really think it might actually be Tommy.
Oh really? That'd be great.
I think
We were
it
making
might
a
be.
joke
but why,
about that.
why would
Yeah.
Sarah
I
go,
don't know.
what are
It's
you
just-
doing here if she knows she's dead? Why would she react
Exactly.
that way?
Yeah, that's true.
If someone's dead, you're like, well,
Well,
what are you doing
because
here?
she was in Nanda Parbat.
Maybe it is.
If
Sin.
he was in Nanda Parbat too, and she knew, and she was supposed to keep his secret,
No, that could be.
That's really weird, though.
because they said they're not done with that actress. There's going to be a lot of Sarah flashbacks throughout the season.
Well, that's good too. Because honestly, I'm getting
She's
tired.
always
of-
been in flashbacks.
I'm getting tired of Ollie flashbacks.
Right.
Which is why this week I was kind of happy to see the Malcolm
Deathstroke
Thea
was all in flashbacks in the beginning, too.
Yeah, but I mean, it's been 2 seasons of
Yeah.
all.
By the way,
Ollie
that's
flashbacks.
something we also haven't thought of. Is
Well, that's how
what
the series set up the character.
Yeah,
Guys,
I know, but like we can move on. From
That's
that.
something
yeah,
that
yeah.
we haven't thought of too. Is what if Amanda Waller like released Deathstroke and he killed Sarah?
Ooh.
Why would Sarah react
But
that
yeah,
way still?
she'd be
What
more.
are you
she'd
doing
be more.
here?
Yeah, she'd be
Was
more
it
like
bad acting, or was it part of the writing? 'Cause she didn't seem
was
like
it
she was
craft?
that
Well,
freaked
no, it's
out.
good acting because
Was it craft or was it crap?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked like someone she knew,
Memorex.
and literally was like, "Why are you here?" and didn't expect to be killed. That's
Yeah.
what I got from it.
Yeah, I think she would have been more shocked if it was Deathstroke. It seemed to be someone she like was familiar with.
I think it's still Ross.
Roz?
Agur.
No, it's not.
I don't think he. I
wouldn't
don't
do it
think. I don't
himself.
think he does it himself. Yeah.
All right.
Maybe it's Roy Harper.
Hey, that could be. Ooh.
You know what? Maybe
Maybe he's so hopped out on the smack.
Yeah. I'm juiced. I'm juiced. Roy and raging.
Next it.
All right, so on to Flash. I guess.
Oh no! Wait, one last thing.
Oh, okay.
2 things actually. So Felicity is obviously being written out of Arrow and going over to Flash. Does anyone agree with me on that?
I think she's going to go
'Cause
over
she is
there
a
for
Ronnie
little- I think
Raymond
she's gonna be-
supporting
That is
character.
true. She's actually his girlfriend in the comics.
No, she's
Isn't
not
she?
his girlfriend. She's
Oh,
his
she's his-
nemesis.
Oh, okay.
But like kind of like Mr. McGee kind of nemesis.
frenemy?
Yeah, exactly. So I think
I
she's being
said it. Frenemy.
Yeah,
That's
frenemy.
a word.
Like
it's
Frenifer,
It's a
Benifer.
It's a portmanteau.
Yeah, you like that. That's where Nanda Parbat is in the is next to the city of Portmanteau.
All right.
Nanda Parbat. No, I think they're moving her over to Arrow. I do. I mean, to
Yeah,
Flash.
I mean, she is going to be on this episode of Flash
yeah,
that's coming.
Now
up.
maybe I'm wrong, and I like.
I think she's
Felicity's
going to
vote.
float
Okay,
between. the
I'm
two
fine
shows.
with that. That's a great idea. What I thought was really cool,
Kind of like Willow did.
was
Willow
how
did
they
on
had
Buffy
that
and Angel.
scene for all the people who don't know their comics background, where you're supposed to think that the Atom there is bad for a moment, where he's looking at the top secret stuff and he has that mysterious
yeah.
look. Meanwhile, we both know it's like,
Yeah.
oh wow, this is what Queen Consolidated was up to. I got a lot of work to do because the Atom's about as aw shucks good guy as Superman.
Yeah.
So I do like him a lot.
I think he's great. Yeah.
who
I
would've
hope he
thought?
gets to stretch his wings a little more too.
Yeah, or shrink them.
Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause
And then
he's the Atom,
and then
you see.
stretch.
Yeah.
I understand that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have heard actually that he's not going to become the Atom until he crosses over into Flash towards the end of this
Okay.
season.
That makes
fine.
sense. Makes sense. Okay, so that was
I just
Arrow.
like that's all crossed.
we all liked.
I liked it a lot.
All right.
No.
I'll save my
Oh, we're gonna do,
rankings for the end.
rankings at the end. I'm gonna write them down.
Oh boy, I gotta like.
It's
yeah,
like it's
there's
like
five of them.
What do you call it? What do you call that? A do or die pool with the sports when you get the teams and it's what's it called?
I don't know.
You know what I mean.
I actually really don't.
The pools and the stuff when the people and they win. Anyway, so Flash.
Yeah, Flash.
What the heck's going on?
I mean, I don't know. I thought it was good. I didn't think.
Okay, you're gonna love this.
Uh-huh.
So after last week, we're talking about Metamorpho.
Yes. Which I did get wrong, by the way, too.
What?
Metamorpho in the comics. Yeah, when I was recounting his origin.
You were going
I
with
had
the
it-
JL, the Justice League Unlimited.
No, actually, I had it. I watched an episode of Beware the Batman.
Okay.
And that was the origin that they had in that. He wasn't a janitor.
He was a security guy.
guard.
Yeah, security guy. Yeah, I remember that. But
Yeah.
But my point was when
Which I
I
actually kind
saw
of like that origin better.
the actor that was playing Nimbus with that weird head.
Yeah.
I was like, no way. And he turned it to gas, and I was like, oh
Is
my
it
god.
Metamorpho? Yeah.
Because he would have been kind of
Yeah,
a
yeah.
vigilante
Oh, yeah.
kind of things to start.
I
and was like-
actually thought that too in the trailer when I saw him in the trailer.
I was like, wow. But
But it
no.
turns out he's the Mist.
Yeah, the Mist,
Mm.
Nimbus, which is
Who is
it
it? Yeah.
just reminds me of one of the things that's always kind of driven me nuts about comic books, but especially DC, where they tend to really force the last name thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
DC
Nimbus.
especially. Yeah.
Enigma,
Yeah.
Enigma. Yeah.
Who
Man,
is
Batman.
who is the Mist the villain of? Because I'm pretty sure he's not a Flash villain.
I'm not sure. I didn't really. I wasn't really that taken with this episode of Flash.
Yeah, neither was I. But you do. Oh, did you see the preview for the next one with Captain Cold?
Oh yeah, that I'm psyched about. That
baby,
I'm,
come
I'm
on!
fired up about that. Yeah.
Well, Rogues Gallery.
If anyone does know who the villain
Yeah.
of Mist is,
Yeah,
Who
please
the
let
Mist
us
is.
know.
I know there's
Teach us.
been a bunch of them.
help
Who'd
us.
have missed?
If not, we'll figure it out by next
There's
week.
like the old school Mist, who I think
Right, there
this
was-
one was based more.
There was Nimbus, and then there was Cumulus, and then
no,
Cirrus.
that's not what it was.
And no,
You're confusing the science.
those are
major.
just clouds.
Yeah.
Stratus,
Yes.
Mists.
Mists, Sierra.
That's
She-
a
she
soft
was-
drink.
she was one of the
and
mists.
no, that's
Yeah.
a singer.
No, okay,
Alright.
I got that
Ciara.
wrong. I wasn't that taken with this episode of Flash. I liked. I didn't.
I am also. Is it a little distracting that what's his name? Like Robbie Amell, who plays Ronnie Raymond, looks so much like his cousin Steven, who plays
Oh yeah,
Green Arrow.
yeah, you're right. Actually, yeah.
What?
Did anyone notice
Green
that?
Arrow?
The guy
I didn't
who
even
plays
make that
Ronnie
connection,
Raymond,
but yeah.
is the cousin of
Oh.
the guy who plays Oliver Queen, and they look very similar.
One of our friends told me yesterday that the brother of the guy who plays Green Arrow is going to be playing Firestorm.
That's
this
what
is what we're talking about right now.
That you just said cousin.
No, he is his cousin. He's not his brother. Robbie Amell and Stephen Amell are cousins.
Ronnie Raymond is Firestorm.
Our friend
He's
said
half of Firestorm.
our friend
Right,
said he's
right.
his brother. So there's
Well, your friend, I think, is wrong. They're cousins. Oh.
Was
But he's close.
Was it M Cool?
yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Because
Well,
Mike
So I don't
totally
know
picked
why
up
he would
his
say
name.
that, but
No, he just probably.
well, he
it's
says
an
he
easy-
played. He's one
Well,
of his
he
Xbox
also-
Live
he-
friends.
He also thought that
Anyway,
John Buscema
all right,
created
that's-
the Silver
yeah, that's-
Surfer, so let's not get into
let's- Yeah, let's move on.
But no, I don't know. I mean, he could be right. I'm pretty sure they're cousins.
All right.
doesn't really matter.
But they do look an awful lot alike.
Well,
Yeah.
one has long black hair.
Also, let's no, that's Vibe.
oh, dude.
wait, what are we talking about here?
No, I'm pretty sure that was Grodd. I think that was Gorilla Grodd.
What guy are you talking about?
The Ultra Humanite.
Oh man, this is getting confusing now.
Man, everyone's
Okay, everybody, enough. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm going to start over. We're talking about Star Sapphire.
Oh, no.
Boy, Carol Ferris, Star Sapphire.
Yes.
Oh man. No, we're down the rabbit hole. We are down the rabbit
No,
hole. man.
there was a confusion here because Ronnie Raymond, who is
He
Caitlin Snow's fiance, who was
who
supposedly
died.
killed in the
Okay,
Collider accident.
okay.
That's
that
Ronnie
character
Raymond.
is half of Firestorm.
Right.
Okay.
He's the civilian half of
Yes.
Firestorm.
And also, isn't it interesting too that he's like an engineer?
Yeah.
Which in the comics is like. In the comics, Ronnie is supposed to be like a teenager.
Yeah, he's a goof.
And he combines with Dr. Stein.
Right.
And Dr. Stein is like the brains, and he's, like.
Yeah, they don't have a Dr. Stein now, so...
Well, no, but they cast him.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, Victor Garber is playing him.
Really?
Yeah.
So where was he that night?
I don't know. I guess we're going to see that in a future episode.
Alias is Victor Garber?
Yes. Jack Bristow.
Damn it.
Yeah, no, Flash was good, but not great. I thought it was the weakest one they've put out so far.
Yeah, me too.
I know you were very keen on it.
Anyway, let's move on.
CTG.
We'll go on.
No?
Tell TG, but
What?
let's keep going and then we'll get
Okay,
to it
Chipper.
all again.
Anything else? Oh, did you catch the reference to the Big Belly Burger?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, in that when they're talking about the mall where the mist is like going.
Oh,
to
yes,
attack
yes,
everyone.
yes. That's right. I do remember that
Doctor
line.
Dr.
Yes.
Wells.
TV's
is like, it's right next to the Big Belly Burger.
Yeah, yeah.
Big Belly Burger is like a fast food chain that appears in a
Yes.
lot of DC
he's
stores.
like, well,
it's actually
I've gotta
appeared on
eat.
Arrow.
Yeah,
something
that's
like that.
Diggle's
Yeah.
sister-in-law owns a franchise, a Big Belly
Yeah.
Burger franchise.
TV's Ed.
Yeah. Was Big Belly Burger
TV's Ed.
was big was TV's Ed? Yes. Was big they didn't have like an evil moment with him this week, did they?
Yes.
Did they? Oh yeah, they did.
There's that one moment where
Where he went
he
into
said,
the other
yeah,
room.
Barry was going to go talk to what's his foster dad's name? The cop.
Oh, Joe.
Joe.
Yeah, he was going to go discuss it, and then TV's Ed kind of looks up like, oh, they're going to be discussing about, they're going to be discussing and looking into the case about his dad.
I didn't
not
pick that up.
Killing, yeah.
What was the?
It was
what
a quick little
glance.
glance.
What was the stinger this week?
I don't
Because
remember. That's what I'm trying to remember.
I'm pretty sure that every stinger so far has been Dr. Wells related.
Well, wait a minute.
Well, he looks back. Remember, he's looking. There's a scene where he's looking at
yeah.
how Barry Allen gets hit
Yeah.
by the lightning,
Yeah.
and he goes, he's like,
Yeah, that is
welcome.
Yeah. It's a flat. Yeah.
But now, do you,
But he's also that little look that he gets.
see you soon, Barry. Yeah, see you soon, Barry.
Yeah.
Okay, so the other thing is, but at the same time, they do this really great thing with him where he looks actually, parental and paternal.
Yeah.
When he realizes that Barry's trying to save Caitlin's emotional state and everything
Yeah.
else. I like what they do with him.
Someone
it's great
had a really
performance.
good theory online that I was reading that maybe he's Bart Allen,
Oh, okay.
which is interesting.
Okay.
Bart Allen is a descendant
Yeah.
of Barry's from
Yeah.
the future, who becomes a Kid Flash, and
Yeah.
then eventually Impulse, and he was Flash for a while.
Yeah, that's
recently
actually
in modern
interesting.
day.
I'm down with it being something like that.
I
Yeah.
still think it's the guy who
Professor
killed his mom.
Zhao.
Yeah, it's got to be right.
Yeah, but maybe that's too easy. I don't
I think
know.
that's too easy. I think that's too easy. But
I also heard a theory, which I don't know how much water this holds, but that he's future Barry Allen.
Well, does
I
Bart,
heard that
does
too,
Bart
but you
Allen,
know
that
what?
doesn't make any sense.
they don't look enough alike.
Does Bart Allen shank a guy in cold blood?
Well, but he does He does come back from the future to protect
Yeah.
Barry.
Yeah.
To that degree, though.
I don't know. Maybe he's not.
It's a new, darker Bart Allen. But the other thing is, did Dr. Allen see Barry's face?
Dr. Wells or no?
No, Dr. Allen in the
okay.
prison. His dad.
Oh, his dad.
No, because he did this.
Yeah,
No, he did that.
after a moment, he
Yeah,
did it.
yeah.
So I wonder if that's what's going to come of that. And
Well, first of all, he sees the guy who turns into smoke, and
Yeah.
then he's like, "What the fuck
Doesn't
is that?"
seem too taken aback by it.
And then he
he
sees
turned
this,
into mist.
Then he sees this guy just appear out of nowhere to take on the smoke guy, and then disappear out of nowhere.
just
You can't miss
another
that.
regular
Wouldn't-
day in Iron Heights.
Wouldn't that
Penitentiary.
give you flashbacks to the death of your wife?
Yeah.
That's the real issue.
Oh, maybe he'll think he's the enemy.
Yeah. See, that's where I'm. That's what I'm
happening?
wondering. Anyway, it was a good episode. Not their best. It was good.
But
I liked it.
three episodes in, I
Yeah.
mean, they're still.
It was good. I like that they're
still doing
using Vibe. I'm just going to call Cisco Vibe. If nobody
Yeah.
wants. I like that they're using him to kind of comic bookify everything.
Exactly.
Mist. That's got to be his
Yeah.
code name. Like he's just super enthusiastic. I think
Right.
that's cute. It reminds me of how they did a great job of justifying the uniform in Captain America in the first movie. So it very good, but took last place not last place. No,
Interesting.
of the three big ones for me.
All right, let's move on.
To
Shoryuken.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which was my number one show this week.
It was a great episode.
I thought it was
maybe the strongest this week. The way they blended those two disparate storylines into one thing was seamless. It was a really good.
It was the first time I think we've seen Coulson be Fury-esque.
I agree.
And that was what we needed to see.
Yeah, when he lets the
Yeah.
photo go
Yeah.
through.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of ballsy.
Yeah. I loved
But
it.
he did have a plan in place too.
Right, but-
Bobby Morris.
But it was, but
Which is great.
that is the definition
Yeah.
of Fury-esque.
Yeah.
You know?
contingencies
Yeah.
upon
Is
contingencies.
Sky's dad Hyde?
Ooh.
Ooh, that's an interesting idea. He's definitely some kind of
I don't
like,
know why.
folkish monster.
I just
type
thought of that
thing.
because when he freaked out and
Yeah.
then just turned
And
into
they said,
like
and this was pure strength.
yeah, and because that's what Hyde is. He's a scientist by the normal means.
Yeah, but he uses the Hyde persona to like rob banks and lame stuff like that.
We're just starting. We're just getting our
But
first
I think
looks at
Hyde
him.
belongs to wait, who owns Spider-Man? Sony.
Sony.
I think Hyde belongs. I think Hyde is part of the Spider-Man. Maybe not.
Maybe not.
I don't know. He's an
yeah.
Could be a
exclusive.
He's
America.
also isn't he also based off of a public domain character?
That's true too.
Hmm.
That's true. Ooh, this is interesting.
But now, does that match your Jessica Drew?
I still think she's Jessica Drew.
So what would Hyde is not Jessica Drew's dad?
By the way, Sky, that's not her name.
Yeah,
like
I love that line.
That was great.
I love
Yeah,
that line.
well,
I think Kyle
I'm going off
MacLachlan
of the theory
is
that
killing
she's
it.
Jessica Drew.
Yeah.
as
Oh,
this
Kyle
character.
MacLachlan's great. And that's
Yeah.
why I don't want him to be Hyde. I want him
Yeah.
to be the High Evolution.
I want him to be somebody.
I want him to be somebody
Hyde's
really
cool. I think it's cool.
Yeah,
but
yeah, no, I don't know. That was a good pull, LTG.
I couldn't
with the
think of
Hyde.
anything.
there
because of the
definitely
wildness.
is this kind of Hulk-like element.
And
to
as far
this
as the
character.
enemies go,
in terms
Hyde
of like the
matches
seething
Do you think he's Gamma Bomb?
under the I don't mean in I don't mean he's
No,
like
there
gamma
did
powers.
Bronski.
I just mean in terms of like the monster is under the surface,
Right.
waiting to get out. And I remember with Sky and her little like Fitbit
Right,
from
yeah.
a couple episodes ago. I still think that's all going to tie together.
And they said her
at some
parents are
point.
monsters,
Yeah.
or his dad
But-
was a monster,
but-
or whatever.
I have always, even since last season when they were banding about the monster term, I was always thinking, what's a synonym for monster? Inhuman.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we brought that up.
Well, yeah.
So
Inhumans-
I still think the Inhuman thing is.
So we got a
maybe
few
Well, that was
theories
my
here.
original theory, but we'll see. I don't know.
It's so good. It's so good right now.
I think that it was hands down the strongest episode of all of them the week. I really liked it. A little bothered that Mockingbird is what's his name's ex-wife.
Yeah, I was too. But I like that at least that's going to give Hunter some business.
Yeah, but it's also that's also how they get Jeremy Renner out of having to appear on the show.
That's true. I'm getting annoyed.
Could have had
too at,
multiple
like,
episodes.
I think this is the third episode or second episode in a row that has had a scene where Hunter talks to Sky while she's in her bunk, standing in the doorway, like all Jiminy Cricket. Not to bring back Pinocchio.
I think, but do you know why I think that is? I think that he's the one that Coulson has assigned to watch her.
Oh, okay.
Seems like it.
That
Yeah.
would make sense.
Yeah.
Because I was wondering why it's like coming back to that scene every episode now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. And what do you think? So is Simmons brainwashed?
Or is Bobby brainwashed? Because did you catch when she goes to confront Bakshi?
Mm-hmm.
We see her like flip the batons, but then it cuts, and the next thing we see is she's running back out.
Yeah,
to meet
that's a
Simmons.
possibility,
So
too.
Bakshi could have just walked up to her and been like,
Yeah. Yeah.
compliance will be rewarded, and boom.
Interesting. Well, there's definitely something going
Something's
on. there.
going on.
Yeah. I mean, one of them is
The
surely-
shoe has to
because
drop.
there was also the line with Fitz, is that really you?
Yeah.
It could be about more than just his
I thought that was
imaginary
maybe the
Simmons.
strangest and like foreboding scene.
Yeah.
Like how quick and taciturn that scene was between those two. It just didn't seem like the scene we've been waiting to see.
I mean,
Between them.
I love the Fitz-Simmons duo.
Me too.
And I love Fitz, especially.
I think he's probably the strongest actor on
Yeah,
the show.
and I really want them to create moments for him.
Yeah.
Him almost killing Ward 2 weeks ago was awesome.
What do you think about Ghost Simmons?
What about
Now
Ghost
that
Simmons?
now that real Simmons is back, is Ghost Simmons just going to dissipate, or is she going to hang around?
Well, she kind of dissipated in that episode.
But not
Like
really.
when she like said, "Hey, you finally acknowledged that I'm not real."
Yeah, but she didn't go away.
Well,
Yeah.
but you know what I mean. They were kind of
Yeah.
working towards him, like realizing this is a figment of my
I mean, he
imagination.
realized that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, but they didn't call it out.
Yeah.
No,
So we
he
gotta
said
think-
it a couple weeks
He
ago.
said it a couple
He
weeks
said you're not even really
Then
here.
why did they play it again?
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. I don't know. It's interesting. I just think it was a really good show. I think it was really well written.
Yeah.
I'm digging on the relationships. I miss Patton.
Yeah.
Can we get Patton back? Where's Patton? He's on assignment, apparently.
And we gotta like.
He has to go to the lanyard.
I can't
printer.
wait till they cut to him like in a Hawaiian shirt at some tropical,
Tahiti.
data drop thing, whatever.
And we gotta like how Marvel, they don't fail to give the comic fans their due. When Mockingbird obviously shows up as a brunette, and then her ex-husband says,
And
"What? Did you
all
change your hair?"
All the fanboys went crazy.
And she said, "Don't worry,
the week
I'm
before
blonde.
too.
I just
Yeah.
was
Undercover.
What is up? Why does she have the hair? Her hair is
Unless-
wrong.
if
It's
you
all
don't-
wrong.
yeah, if you don't
And
read
why
comic
didn't she
books-
have those crazy sleeves?
Yeah.
If you don't read
hang
comic
down?
books, you don't realize, but Mockingbird is a blonde in
Yes.
comic books.
Yes.
So it's
Where are her
they don't-
yellow sunglasses too?
They don't forget.
Come on, it's like they aren't even trying.
but they let us know that they are.
Yeah, they are trying. They are trying.
The joke's on us.
I can't wait to see the
Or
Kyle
on the
MacLachlan
uninitiated.
thing play out, though.
Yeah, I am. Yeah,
That's my whole.
I cannot get enough of Kyle MacLachlan as
Yeah.
this character,
Uh,
whoever he may be.
I hope he ends up being. I mean, what did you think?
And the
about
whole thing with him
the
and
end?
him and Coulson, he's Coulson's arch enemy now.
Yeah,
Basically.
we both have an enemy, a mutual enemy, a guy
We're gonna
guy
kill-
called Coulson.
We're gonna
I
kill
thought
him.
we could kill him.
And everyone else.
And everyone else.
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
And just how he just housed the Hydra
Yeah,
guards,
whack.
just sticks the
Whack.
scalpel in the one guy's neck, and
Smashes the guy with the case.
Yeah, and then he's just like, "I'm sorry."
He cleans the blood off the desk.
Yeah.
And I love how calm Whitehall is
Yeah.
throughout the whole thing.
And they call
too.
the obelisk the diviner.
yes,
Yes.
which is interesting.
Thank God they're not calling it the
Yeah,
obelisk
yeah, right?
anymore. Is there an infinity stone in the obelisk diviner?
I don't know.
I don't
know. I think.
Oh, by the way,
I don't know.
I have a theory for what one of the infinity stones will be in the future. McCran crystal. Anyway, go ahead. You okay there, dude?
Oh yeah, my
Cramp?
my knee just.
And the
popped. I got a little
etchings
knee
that
pop.
Coulson's been doing, Sky calls it out and says it's a map.
Yeah.
Yeah, which
Of the human genome, of the blah blah blah, of the this and that.
Blah, blah, blah.
It could be a map of a lot
Yeah.
of different things.
but
Still.
but the fact that the word map was tossed out
Right.
there is
Kind of not unlike
a
Close
writerly
Encounters
confirmation of that.
when they said these coordinates, these are coordinates.
I didn't always translate French. Before that, I
was a
used to make maps or whatever he says. Bob Balaban.
Bob Balaban.
So Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. going in a really interesting direction. Excited, keeping me.
More people need to watch this show.
Yes. Though actually, apparently the numbers picked up a little bit,
That's good.
which is good.
And they will pick up next week because
Of the
Avengers
exclusive
scene.
that they will be
Which-
showing from Avengers 2.
and let's talk about
Age of Ultron.
why they're doing that.
Well, they have to show the scene because originally the trailer was supposed to premiere this week, and the trailer leaked. Did you guys see the tweet that Marvel sent out the day that the leak happened?
No.
I think so.
They just tweeted, "Damn it, Hydra,"
Oh yeah.
and then all these news agencies ran with it and picked up the story as if Hydra had leaked the Avengers 2 trailer. It was cute.
Smart.
Yeah, but let's talk about Age
Well,
of Ultron.
it was an international trailer that was leaked.
Yes,
I don't
yes,
know
was,
that it
because
was actually leaked. I wouldn't be surprised if this
they
was
did
all
it
done
themselves.
intentionally.
Could
yeah,
be.
that a bunch of people would talk.
We don't have a
But
fact,
why
so-
would they leak the international version of the trailer?
Why the hell not?
It's all possible.
It's all possible.
And at any rate, it came out.
Yes.
Wait, are you saying it's impossible, man?
No, it's not.
Oh,
It's possible, man.
he's a
possible,
pop-upian.
man.
Something's weird
sorry.
with the sound. Sorry, everybody.
Ooh,
Ooh, wow, that was very loud.
was
That
very
didn't change anything.
But yeah, let's talk about this trailer.
Awesome. Hulkbuster armor.
Hulkbuster armor.
Hulk's gonna wreck that Hulkbuster
Stop
armor.
hitting your.
Train, what's your take?
What's my take on everything? Just in
Well,
general?
no, just what pops out. Hulkbuster armor for Justin.
I think everyone was really wondering who Andy Serkis was. Because I had heard that Andy Serkis was providing the mocap for Ultron, but I did not expect him to be actually appearing in the flesh. And
Well, that's something he does now, though, isn't it?
I don't know. Does he?
I don't know. Well, comment if anyone knows if that's what he does.
down below, tell us if Andy Serkis appears in the flesh.
So let's talk about.
I always confuse him
who
with what was the
he-
name of the guy who played Toad? Ray Park.
Yeah, he did Darth
Ray
Maul
Park,
also.
not Ray Parker Jr.
Very different.
Ray
Right.
Palmer.
Ray Palmer.
Yeah, Andy Serkis did Gollum. He was
Yes.
Robert Palmer.
Robert
and he
Palmer.
helped with Godzilla, and he's helping with Ultron.
the Planet of the Apes. as
Yeah.
well.
Well, also King Kong.
That's
Yeah.
right. So
He's mocap-
He's the
Captain
new.
now.
He's the new
Mocap
Doug
guy.
Jones. Well, Doug Jones is more of a. Doug Jones is more of a suit, wears
I
actual
am
suits.
90% sure he is Ulysses Claw.
Ooh.
Judging on how he looks, judging on his hairstyle, the fact that Black Panther most likely is going to be in the
Wakanda
movie.
definitely
Yeah.
is.
Oh, you're vibranium.
Yeah, the first
Claw,
scene
Master
is,
of Sound.
is Africa. So
Wow.
Cap shield breaking.
Master of Sound.
Yeah, he's 90% certain he's going to be Claw, which means
Wow.
there's going to be a Black Panther, either reference
Panther?
or he,
The Black Panther?
the Panther.
He runs around and
That's
sharks
might be
people.
racist. Why is he the Black Panther?
Why is he gonna be Black Panther?
What's up with you, man?
No, I don't think we'll. I think if we see Black Panther, he'll be in full garb, so we won't know who the actor is that's playing him because they haven't announced that yet.
Full garb?
Like
Oh,
he's going to be in
full-on
full
mask.
costume.
Oh, I don't agree with.
So you,
I
think he'll reveal?
I think we'd see. I think actually we'd probably see him as Prince.
Prince T'Challa.
Of Wakanda.
And so you'll see the actor playing.
But you would see his father therefore
Yeah,
as
get
Black
killed
Panther
and get killed.
if we see Black Panther.
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah. Interesting. Very
because
interesting.
I'm pretty sure that's Claw.
Claw. Well, you know what? I one thing I think is interesting that they kept out of the trailer is Vision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul Bettany as
Very-
Vision.
Yeah.
The Jarvis
I think
AI
I think
becomes
they're
Vision.
trying to do. They've done it on the posters too. Like Vision is always facing the opposite direction on the posters and everything. They're trying to keep some kind of air of mystery.
Paul Bettany.
Around Vision.
He stole my wife.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, Jennifer. Connelly.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear
I'll
that.
have to wait.
I'm sorry. I'm very, very sorry to hear that.
Are you?
Yeah, that's too bad.
Creepy, man. That's weird.
No, not really.
Paul Bettany, who was originally offered the role of the Joker before Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
And then when they gave it to Heath Ledger, they said, we'll make you the Riddler. And he said, nah, I'm going to go do Marvel movies. And boy, has it paid off for him.
He didn't even have to, he just did voiceover
Yeah.
work.
He apparently, though, for this
Forever.
movie, he did wire work and
Oh,
a
yeah,
lot of,
yeah.
actual...
Let's talk about another cool element. So when Ultron shows up as that scrap heap when they're all gathered,
Yes.
I think
It looked
they
very,
show
looked
all
very
the Avengers.
Iron Man-y.
Yeah, they show War Machine. There's someone else no one really seems to identify.
It looked like it
female.
might have been Maria Hill.
No, there's
in the
someone else.
foreground.
Wait, what's
besides
your
her.
question?
Yeah, well, people were speculating because she's behind.
What's the
Thor,
question?
That it might be Jane Foster.
You see all the Avengers, and then you see War
When they're
Machine.
at
You
the
see Maria
table.
Hill. There's someone else that people having a hard
she's
time
standing
identifying.
behind Thor.
It's Scarlet Witch.
No, she's there. All the Avengers are there. Maria Hill's there. War Machine's there. There's another extra person that people can't really identify.
Well,
who it
she's
is.
standing right
It's
behind
not Jane
Thor.
Foster because they've
I didn't say it was Jane Foster.
It's no, but I'm eliminating people because Natalie Portman doesn't want to do these movies anymore.
Thank goodness.
Okay, hey, come on. So she doesn't want to do these movies anymore, and they're obviously not bringing back Arwen because the Even Star because
Arwen?
Liv Tyler
Betty Banner.
because obviously Scarlet Witch is replacing Betty as far as the calming the Hulk influence, judging
thought-
from
but
not
that
Scarlet
was
Witch, Black Widow. I mean to say, because you saw the whole thing with the
Yeah.
hands and everything. So,
Well, they had that moment in the
Yeah.
first Avengers
Yeah.
too.
but your life. But
I like that.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
Great moment.
I'm gonna go home and watch Avengers.
Oh.
No, no.
I watch it about once every 2 weeks.
So anyway, what I was saying was Ultron
So I don't know who it is.
shows up.
I don't know.
and
Maybe it's
I-
Jocasta.
I don't know. I
He
don't
says
think
you're all
anybody knows.
strings, and then he throws that scrap heap. If you notice, there's an Avengers logo for the first time ever on his chest.
On the scrap heap?
And him.
On yeah.
There's like the
They're
actual A
Avengers.
of
Well,
the
Tony
logo.
builds
Tony
builds Ultron.
Right, but there's the
Whoa.
actual comic A that's
But-
the iconic A on Avengers on all both their chests.
But the synopsis. Sorry,
And we haven't seen that yet.
the synopsis released recently had some interesting wording in it. It said that Tony resurrects a dormant
Yes.
peacekeeping program.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people have taken to maybe give leeway for Hank Pym to actually have been involved in creating Ultron.
Also, I think he makes clones of the Avengers. Like there's a Captain America
Oh,
robot,
no.
a Thor robot.
Oh, please don't.
Please don't do
That's
that.
too
Not be.
That's too cartoony.
That's way too right out of the
It's comic.
bad Avengers cartoon.
Oh,
That's the bad Avengers
Yeah,
cartoon.
yeah. That's not good.
we don't do that.
Don't do that.
No.
Don't even talk about it because
I
talking,
didn't- it
cause
wasn't
talking
my
about
theory.
it makes it.
Oh, I know who the woman was. It was Falcon.
Oh, what?
What?
I'm just guessing.
Oh, that's a bad guess.
It was Lady Hawk.
No.
Maybe it was Mockingbird.
Maybe it was Mockingbird.
No,
it's not.
no. It's,
Maybe it was.
Phil Coulson.
No. Maybe it was Jessica Drew.
no.
Hey, Sky.
Dagger.
Maybe it's Sky. Maybe it is. Maybe that's why it's so hidden. Wow. look
Maybe
at that.
Mojo World Dazzler.
Could be Dazzler.
Probably.
It could.
No, it's
Probably.
Fox.
Probably.
Can't use her.
I
Probably
actually,
Dazzler.
I think the smart money is on Dazzler.
The biggest
Allison
long shot.
Blair.
Oh.
So comment below. Let us know
Oh.
if you think it's Dazzler.
Yeah, it'll Shatterstar all your expectations.
Boom.
Okay.
Oh. So they're making the Crow again.
Oh, really?
That's the thing
interesting.
I wanted to tell you guys. Did you guys know that?
I did
They're
not.
bringing back the Crow. J.O. Barr's the Crow.
I like the Crow.
Yeah.
The comic. I was a big fan.
Yeah,
of it. That was
but
one of the first.
they're bringing back the Crow. And that was my big news. Isn't that exciting?
So exciting.
Because no, I mean that's a good character.
it is. It is.
Anything's better than that one they did with Iggy Pop. That one
Oh,
Crow
God.
movie. Don't worry, Iggy didn't play.
Wasn't there one where like Edward Furlong played the Crow too? I think.
Wow, I don't know. That's
I
creepy.
think David Boreanaz was the villain in it.
No.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I think
sounds
so.
good.
Yeah, it sounds pretty.
Glad I
good.
missed
That
it.
sounds rough, dude. I just remember the Crow City of Angels. I think was the one that they did after Jason Lee died.
Yeah,
the first
yeah.
one of his success, and
Jason Lee.
not Jason Lee, Brandon
Jason
Lee.
Lee died.
Jason Lee is sorry.
Dragons, Jason Scott Lee.
No, Jason Lee is of course Syndrome, who died by getting his cape sucked into a jet engine. Oh boy, no, Brandon Lee. So anyway, so they did that one, and at one point, Iggy Pop has two lines, and I hope I don't have to beep this, but two lines. One of them is, I believe he says to somebody, "I'm gonna sew you into my pussy seat." I don't know what that means. And the other one was
Cat seat.
he actually says, "Screw you, bird dick," which is some of the pretty
That's
much
just
worst filmmaking ever. You know, and saw it 'cause
Or
I-
best.
Yeah, because I usually expect more from an Iggy Pop vehicle.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, but so
Wasn't
let's
Iggy Pop one of David Bowie's henchmen
in
the Venture Brothers?
Venture Brothers, yeah, with Klaus Nomi,
Yeah.
yeah. So when David Bowie was the Sovereign. Okay, so rank them. Go ahead. You said you were going to give us your rankings.
You want me to
These are the weekly rankings
You want me
from
first?
CTG.
Weekly rankings now. Now we've got all 5 shows
You go ahead.
in play. I'll go first, okay. I'm going to switch it up. I'm still going Arrow 1, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. 2, 3 Constantine, 4 Flash, 5 Gotham.
LTG.
You want me to go?
Yeah.
I've been doing this thing weekly, and what I do is I rank them and I watch the worst first, and then I go from worst all the way to best, and I save the best for
Well,
last.
how do you know?
How do you
it's
know
going to be the
before you
worst?
watch?
Well,
Preconception.
when we started watching all of them, right? Gotham clearly was the
Oh,
worst.
so the
So
number,
I watched
the previous week's
yeah,
worst.
so I
Okay.
watched Gotham first
Right.
to start it all off with. For 3 weeks running, it's been The Flash that I've watched last.
And what about next week? Will Flash be what you watched last?
Yes, because that's
Because it was
how
your
it
favorite.
ended. Right. So this week, it changes. Arrow was last. I like Court of Maltese, and I like the League of Assassins ending, and I fell asleep through the middle of it because I was really bored about the whole Ollie wanting to tell his sister the truth. It just tired me out. It was boring. Ray Palmer was cool. I like those moments, but where was Green Arrow in Arrow? It was just terrible. And
he was on
the whole thing where they hold on, this is my rankings.
It's his ranking.
The whole thing where he used the hotel to make his bow and arrow and then
Yeah.
shot like his normal bow and arrow was horrible. That was just not believable and terrible, and it just kind of took me out of it and thought it was lame, and I didn't have fun with it. I was really... Also, there was about 5 how are yous, which me and...
Oh yeah, we're gonna be doing this.
Yeah. And now I'm getting really annoyed.
No,
Five
are
how
you
are yous?
okay?
Yeah, are you okay?
It's the most used line of dialogue.
The care
on
in the
Arrow.
show is driving me nuts. But
we're gonna get a staffer, which we
Okay.
don't have, to go through and watch all the episodes of Arrow and tabulate.
there were 4
how many
easy in
times.
this one.
Just count how many
Are
times
you
they
okay?
said undertaking.
Yeah.
For
Oh
Christ's
yeah.
sakes.
Yeah.
Well, that's anyway. So that's the last. Constantine.
I'm writing this
was-
down. So you had Flash first, Arrow last.
Yeah, Arrow last, then Constantine. I actually enjoyed
Wait.
Constantine.
So that's
Constantine
number
2.
2. Or second to
no,
last.
second to last.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, my.
Second was Agents of Shield.
Wait,
Second
you're,
good.
You're going in a.
I'm
very
going from
weird-
worst to first. So Arrow last, Constantine.
Is this your list?
Shield is
Is this your list?
yeah. Shield second.
Are you saying Gotham was the third best show of the week?
No, Arrow last. Let me change that.
Dude, you are all over the place right
all
now.
right. Let me do that.
This is the most.
Tune in next week.
Given it
when
such
he's
an out.
figured out.
Arrow
order.
last.
Yeah. Okay.
Arrow was your least favorite.
Yeah.
So I'm
then
putting
Gotham.
a 5 next
Then
to that. Okay.
Gotham.
Then
f-
Constantine.
Then 3, 2.
Then Agents of Shield,
And Flash
then
was
Flash.
first.
And the
Okay,
reason
so
why
you're-
I liked Flash so much is because, for me, every week it's like the comic book is popping out onto the TV screen. The special effects on the show are awesome. I like the little subtle things he does with his powers, like shaking his face so his dad, when he realizes his dad might notice him. I did love all that stuff. It's really cool, and you can hopefully see that it's going to grow and his power stuff are going to
Why
get
didn't he
bigger.
use his arms super speed?
Yeah,
to
I wanted to
funnel
see
the
that.
mist
I wanted
away?
to see the.
Well,
the
because
that's
double-
classic-
the double
classic
barrel.
Flash.
Yeah.
The last week when he shakes the little vial.
Oh,
he wants
yeah.
to do that.
Yeah,
I love all that little stuff. And every week of all the shows, and I respect that all the shows are trying to do something different. Like I like how Arrow is like gritty and they take from the world, but they're their own element. Flash is just, to me, is just the comic book come to life.
Right.
It feels
is-
like the DC animated.
It's
universe
great
to me.
I've loved every episode. I've had a great time watching it, and so far I've looked forward to that the most. And I'm not
Okay.
a DC man. I'm a Marvel man.
All right. Well, hey. That's,
But Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is right there at number 2.
I just think it's awesome that we can talk about it like this. That these shows are all good.
Yeah.
We're like ranking them.
Yeah.
Well, also, don't forget that there's going to be another Marvel show.
Yeah.
There's going to be a
Sharon
bunch of
Carter,
other.
but
then
the-
Daredevil.
shows.
Yeah.
No, but very soon
Very
we're going
soon,
to have
Agent
Carter.
Yeah.
Daredevil isn't that far behind either.
Was that May?
Yeah.
That's pretty far.
Ooh,
off.
May.
Yes, it is.
Big May.
Aunt May?
Monstrous May.
Aunt May
Aunt May?
Should be dead May.
Yeah. Like Nana.
dating
in
Coulson
Constantine.
on Ultimate Spider-Man.
That's right. Getting that sweet Phil.
And who's next?
What happened?
Who's next?
Oh, did I give you guys mine? Oh, mine is number 1, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Number 2, Arrow.
Ow.
Number
Way
3,
up there.
Constantine.
You're wrong, Larry.
Number 4, Flash.
It's not.
Number 5, Gotham.
No,
I just don't feel
no,
like
it's wrong.
Nimbus has any weight. I didn't.
Yeah,
I just
he's
thought-
a filler villain.
Yeah, I thought they could have started. I want to see them plant the seeds like Arrow did so well for what's coming later, and they haven't been doing that in Flash.
Haven't they?
Crisis.
No.
Oh, by the way.
No,
Haven't
I
they?
mean like, can I have some Grodd hints? Can I have some ultimate villain stuff
But
instead
that's
of it?
not who they're making his
They're
villain.
obviously making this villain of the week.
So
Right,
far.
right.
So far.
And that's what I like.
Arrow did that too.
But with the flashbacks, it was constantly
that's right.
building stuff.
Right, right.
the world.
But isn't it not building stuff with TV's Ed?
No, not really. Not the same way.
With
not
TV's
not
Ed.
in as
All right,
compelling a
but
way. And I like
let's
Tom
go down the
Cavanaugh.
rabbit hole for a second and focus on the Crisis, because this is a theory I came up with that I know will never happen. But
Well, then let's talk about it.
you know how we're all always talking about how we're pissed that the DC shows aren't in the shared universe,
Right.
or whatever.
Constantine's
What-
going to tie them all together.
But yes, and what if they use the Crisis
Yeah.
on Flash as the impetus for combining all the shows?
Even if
together?
well, it won't happen.
It will
but
never
what
happen,
they-
but what if
I
they
could
did?
see them having Constantine make a cameo.
Oh yeah,
That would be cool.
What I think they're gonna
do
do
a hyper time
is
Yeah.
they're gonna have
combination of
their
everything.
movie
It'll never
verse,
happen.
which they're doing, and then they're gonna have their TV verse,
Yeah.
which is gonna combine.
That they're
But if you
not
do the
even
Crisis,
combining.
You
Their,
could do a Flash of both worlds and have the Ezra Miller movie Flash and the Grant Gustin TV Flash meet each other.
Wait,
Whoa.
Ezra Miller.
Whoa.
Ezra
right?
Miller's playing the Flash
Yeah,
in the
in the
movies.
movies, yeah.
Why are they doing that?
That's what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
know.
They're
That's a
not
bad
using
idea.
the TV.
And is it
verse.
Wally or is it
No,
Barry?
it's Barry.
That's just stupid.
It's bad. It's a dumb idea.
Oh, why? What are they
That's what
doing?
did I bring that up last week? I said
Yeah.
that would be really awesome
think it was 2 weeks
if they
ago.
use those guys and put them in the movies.
should have.
But they don't. They're going
No.
to separate it and
Yeah.
they're going to make the
And-
TV its own
And
universe.
they're going to fail because of that.
Listen,
Well, no, they're not. They're going to make a bunch of money. And
no,
one's gonna
you know,
give a
I don't know. I don't know if they are. I mean, the fact is, look, the last Superman movie was a financial success, but
Yeah.
nowhere near what they expected it to.
No, not at all.
It was actually kind of a flop compared to their expectations.
Comparatively, and compared to the Nolan versus
and
Batman,
and
movies,
compared to what Marvel
and
has
compared
been
to
doing.
yes,
well,
This new Agents of
Marvel's been
Shield,
crushing cinema
Yeah.
in
It's
general.
just a-
this
general.
this new Avengers 2 trailer broke all viewership records.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh, it's
Oh,
go,
yeah.
it's still going.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
watching it every other 5 minutes.
Don't fall into that
count.
trap because if you watch
Getting that
every
count.
single trailer, you know half or more of the movie is going to be
Yeah, I don't.
opened
I
up
don't
to you.
care about that.
You should.
Well, I don't know. I just know that they're. It's a nice time to be a
Be
fan.
a fan of comic books.
Yeah.
Sure. And yeah.
And of movies, and of
of
one of
other
them,
things.
they go well together. And I think we should all pay a little tribute, and I'm not joking, to Wesley Snipes, because
Passenger
Blade.
57?
No,
Oh, okay.
because Blade was what
Always
kind
been
of
all black.
started this all
It did.
being done right.
That's true.
In
terms of Marvel.
you can say no,
Yeah, but also
I think
just
in general,
comic book movies
just
in
tone
general.
wise.
What about
Look,
Chris
well,
Reeve's
Superman.
Superman?
Chris
Michael
Reeves'
Keaton
Superman
Batman.
was great. The first Superman was great,
Batman.
but and the first Batman was great,
Oh,
but
yeah.
they weren't as fanboy. They were
Yeah,
like general
that's true.
population stuff,
Oh, yeah.
as opposed to the real fanboy. You know,
But
like
Blade wasn't that.
Blade
fanboy.
was
Blade was
pretty.
totally that.
Deacon Frost.
Okay.
Come on, that was
Blade is a really obscure
Lex Luthor.
character.
I mean,
Yeah.
to most
Joker.
people.
What are you talking about?
it was great.
Joker? Come on, he's like probably the most
I would
famous
say
villain
of
all
Marvel,
time.
absolutely, but not overall.
What?
Here, what?
I would say of Marvel, yeah. To kickstart the
what of
Marvel.
Marvel? I'm just
parade.
saying it.
He's an obscure character.
Dude, I'm talking about. You can go. You're talking with Chris Reeves Superman. You're
Love
talking
it.
about. Yeah, I do too. Think of how long ago that was.
I love it. It
I'm
still
talking
stands
about.
out.
No, but I'm talking about. I'm talking about the fact that Blade was the first one where like effects had caught up
Right.
to the genre.
Yeah.
I mean, you watch. Look, I love the old Michael Keaton.
You like
Jack
the Steven Dorff
Nicholson.
juking of the bullets?
I
That was
like.
sick.
I
That was
liked.
pretty sick.
I liked Bullock as Deacon Frost's lieutenant. As you
Oh,
may
yeah.
recall, that was
That's
Donald
right.
Logue.
Yeah.
I'm going to be a god. I'm
Oh,
going to be
yeah.
a naughty vampire god.
He gets jacked up.
No, but it was the first one of the modern era
A
where
dark
stuff
adult
really
film starlet.
You know,
Tracy
I was
Lords
watching
appears.
Sneakers the other night too, and Donald Logue is in Sneakers.
I love Donald Logue. I think he's fantastic. But Sneakers, which movie is that? Is that the Robert
Redford.
Yeah, when he was
Cyberpunk
before we knew he
movie,
was a
but not
Hydra,
sci-fi.
Hydraman.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Alexander
we've come
Pierce.
full circle.
Yeah.
Which he always looked to me like Donald Pierce from the Reavers, but anyway, yeah. All the shows are good. All the movies so far good. I'm still confused as to what DC's doing with their cinematic universe. We'll see.
Yeah. It's gonna take a while.
They had an
We
opportunity
won't really
to do
know.
something really
we won't
cool,
really
but-
know until this Dawn of Justice movie drops.
When is that supposed to drop? By the
Next-
way,
Next
Year?
summer, I think. sometime.
Dangerous territory.
Yeah. No, maybe not. Maybe it's. I don't know.
Maybe it's 2016.
I don't know, man. That seems like a long
Yeah,
time
it
to be
does.
in production.
I'm a little upset that you guys will not make speculation with me as to where the other Infinity Gems are. I just want to say that.
Oh well, I
said
just
we
don't know.
wouldn't?
Yeah, I mean, we
I
can speculate.
keep bringing
I just
it up.
don't know. I said a few weeks ago that I thought the thing might be an Infinity Gem.
The Diviner.
Yeah,
Yeah, because he said I'll teach you how to survive it.
yeah.
And it kills most people, which
Which
the
the
Infinity
same
Stones
thing
do.
did in Guardians
Yeah,
of the Galaxy.
yeah.
as
Yeah,
well.
exactly.
So
Well, we'll see. We will see. We will.
We
see.
weren't saying you're wrong or no.
maybe
Yeah.
Kyle MacLachlan is the Magus.
Maybe. Hey, that's a good one.
That would be a good Adam Warlock
Oh
time.
yeah. You
Except
know
that we'd need
if
like
you
a-
guys listening have any theories too,
Please.
let us know.
Please, so
Maybe
we can
we'll
make fun of the bad ones.
Yeah, and then don't message me and tell me your theories. Comment them on the page because it doesn't do any good for anyone else if you tell me directly what your theories are and you know who
Yeah,
you are. Who
I
I'm
want to
talking
hear
to.
these theories too. So
Yeah. Yeah, don't give them all to CTG.
Yeah.
No one knows who that is.
Oh, sorry. Chipper.
No one still.
But anyways, I think that's all the time we have
Yeah,
tonight.
I think
Oh,
we do. Oh, wait, what?
Explain about
what?
the Late Show. Why we're doing a double.
We're doing a
podcast.
double drop. This is last week's will drop a day before this one. We had a codec issue. We had some technical problems. It has been sorted, and we're gonna start. I'm gonna start adding art for these guys and stuff as we can do it. We've got to figure out the legal ramifications and stuff of that. But yeah, so
you're getting two podcasts this week.
Yeah,
Yes.
but not at the same time.
Right.
One will be tomorrow morning.
We'll,
the other one
we'll
will be tomorrow
backdate
night.
them appropriately
Yeah.
too, so that you know
It'll say.
the order. And tune in next week. We'll be talking about these shows and anything else that pops up.
And the
world.
Avengers trailer with new
Comics.
footage.
We're gonna
Yeah,
talk
and by
about
the
that
way-
every week until the movie comes out.
Wow.
And by the way, LTG, CTG,
LTG.
whatever you want to be called,
LT.
way to drop the ball on your special Halloween episode talking about the Rise of the Midnight
We can
Suns.
do that next week.
It's going to be after
It'll be
Halloween.
after Halloween. What good is that then? Let's just
Well,
do
we
let's
can
just
do-
do a Thanksgiving episode.
Well, hold on.
Yeah,
We could do that.
Yeah.
yeah, we could talk about Old Man
Hold-
Logan.
Is there any? Oh my gosh!
Well, hold on, hold on, let
Agents
me-
of Shield, really quick.
Yeah.
Did anyone catch the Bessie the Hell Cow reference?
No.
No.
When Simmons and her lab partner are looking at that blood sample,
Yes.
and they say like,
Yes, that's right.
a reference to Bessie the Hell Cow, who is a perfectly ridiculous character in the Marvel
Okay.
universe.
Nice.
She's a cow that was turned into
So
a vampire
another
by
one for the-
Dracula.
Yeah.
By Dracula.
Yeah, it's Bessie the Hell.
Another one for the fans by Marvel.
Yeah.
Yes.
Another
Another one
little
for the
nod.
fans.
And I'm sure that we, as exhaustively we go through this stuff and as geeky as we are, I'm sure we're missing tons
Oh,
of stuff.
I'm sure I am. Oh, also another one. Arrow. A couple weeks ago, the girlfriend of the guy that's like watching over him in Hong Kong is Katana.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So yeah, are they doing an Outsiders thing?
I don't know what they're doing, but they've got it. They've kind of abandoned that backtrack story.
How are they going to get C.
She's gonna
Thomas
come
out?
back. She's gonna come back. No.
What'd you say?
Oh.
Yeah, Ponyboy's gonna show
What
up
did you
in
just
no
say?
time.
Oh, Jesus. Did you just do that?
Hey, listen.
The socias?
Listen, and I'm going to say something on the air for people.
Oh.
I'm not opposed to doing another podcast this week if you want to do a Halloween special podcast. There you go. I don't know if that's a
That was
yes
lockjaw
or
barking.
No.
That was lockjaw barking.
Well, we'll see. If we have time, we'll do. The
I'm all for it. But
I'm down.
okay,
I'm down.
We'll just
Maybe we could do a remote from a graveyard.
No,
We could go to Hollywood Forever Cemetery.
Guys, I was just going to pretend
we
were
could
at a
just say
graveyard.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause-
I mean, we'll really be at a graveyard. Hopefully, the goblins don't get us. Or we could go to that haunted hayride you've wanted to go to.
Yeah.
You've been
totally.
dying
you
to
wanna
go
go
to
to the
that haunted.
haunted
He's been
hayride?
dying to go to
Could
this
anyone
haunted
explain
hayride.
what a hayride is first before we can haunt it?
You ride on hay.
It's simple. It's a simple thing.
So we may do a bonus podcast for Halloween.
We'll see.
I'm down for it. I don't know what everyone else is.
We'll see.
excited
Will you
about.
do beatbox? Will you human beatbox?
I won't.
No. Okay.
Not for Halloween.
Oh, didn't we have an ad tonight? Weren't we supposed to do a word from the sponsor?
Were we?
No, there's
No, I guess there's
no
not.
sponsor yet.
Oh, all right. Okay, let's
we'll
do
see.
that.
Maybe next week,
Guys, if you'd like to be a sponsor, actually, this is no joke. If you would like to sponsor the podcast, just send us the information, and we will make fun of you as if you are the sponsor.
Yeah.
It'll be a fun little bit.
And you'll get to plug your shtick
Yeah.
or whatever you
I
want
mean,
to
we
do.
won't make fun of you,
that much.
sucker.
But yeah, that's all the time we have. I'm Justin Peterson.
I'm Justin Lane.
I am
CTG.
Make Mine Marvel. I'm a Marvel.
This is one for the fans, and we will see you
LTG.
next week.
Adios.
Goodbye. Forever.
Excelsior.